My husband's family always liked speaking German with each other, and I was the only one in the house who couldn't understand it. I could only force a smile and let it pass, until the day I secretly downloaded a translation app. The live translation on my phone was still running when my finger suddenly froze. The right drawer must be locked carefully. Absolutely don't let her see it. Hayes, there's not much time left. Better a short pain than a long one. We've been hiding this from sister-in-law like this. It's really cruel. What do you know? We have to let her leave peacefully without worries. A chill ran down my spine. I could only lower my head and pretend to drink my soup as if nothing had happened. Shun Xing sat right beside me, his expression calm, as if none of this had anything to do with him. 3 years of being married in the Shin family. Our marriage had always been peaceful, except for the language issue, which I had mentioned before, even asking Shin Xing to speak up for me a few times, hoping everyone would use Vietnamese. But habits built over decades weren't easy to change. Over time, I got used to it. After all, aside from that minor discomfort, this family treated me well. My parents passed away early, and Shin Xing was my only support. He had a stable job, a gentle personality, and my in-laws had nothing to criticize about me. I should have been content. But recently everything had changed. The way my mother-in-law looked at me was getting stranger, part pity, part guilt. Xiao, you always seemed like you wanted to say something but held back, even running into his room with red eyes a few times. This house felt like something was quietly shifting, and I was like an outsider, or like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. My mother-in-law's German voice was translated again, procedures and all that. Hope it won't get stuck. I looked up in shock, only to see her smiling as she served Shin Xing more soup. The dining table was still as cheerful as ever. Those terrifying words just now, were they just an illusion? Or did the app translate wrong? Or was this family really hiding some kind of secret? I turned off my phone screen and tried to calm myself. Putting down my chopsticks, I quickly returned to my room, opened the support chat of the app, and sent the German region settings to confirm its accuracy. The reply came quickly. The recognition accuracy for this German region is 90%. Only a few rare words may be incorrect. So, those terrifying words just now were most likely real? What's wrong? Shun Xing's voice suddenly came from behind me. My hand trembled, almost dropping my phone. I turned around and met his concerned gaze, forcing a smile. It's nothing. Just that your family's German is too hard to understand. Maybe you could teach me a few phrases. He smiled gently. Sure. What do you want to learn? I thought for a moment. Like, how you say eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom? He said 3 words in one breath. I stammered as I repeated them. While he turned away, I quickly glanced at my phone. The 3 words he said were translated correctly, but the ones I just spoke, the system didn't recognize them at all. My heart dropped straight into the abyss. So, the family I had tried so hard to fit into for 3 years had been lying all along. So, he understood everything they said, but pretended not to. Then these 3 years of marriage, what was I, really? That night, I couldn't sleep. My mind was filled with the words from the dinner table. What exactly were they plotting? Just then, a faint noise came from outside the door. I immediately closed my eyes and adjusted my breathing. It was Shun Xing returning to the room. His footsteps were light, like he didn't want to wake me, or like he was testing me. He stood by the bed. His warm breath brushed across my face. He was watching me. If it were before, I would have pretended to turn over and snuggled into his arms. But now, a cold chill ran down my spine, and I didn't even dare let my eyelashes move. After who knows how long, my mother-in-law's soft voice came from outside the door. Shin Xing immediately left. I waited until his footsteps faded before opening my eyes, stepping barefoot onto the cold floor and quietly moving toward the door. With trembling hands, I opened the translation app and aimed my phone at the crack of the door. My mother-in-law's voice was low, carrying a hint of worry. Son, something seemed off with Xiao Shui today. Do you think she's suspicious? Every word appeared on the screen. Shin Xing's voice was firm, but it made me freeze from head to toe. I don't think so. She's never understood anything we say. Keep an eye on her. They'll arrive tomorrow morning. Yes, I understand, Mom. The sound of slippers dragging across the floor faded away. I turned to run back to bed, but the bedroom door slowly creaked open. Too late. I quickly stopped and rubbed my eyes, pretended to wake up. Why are you up? I needed the bathroom. I sat on the toilet, my back pressed against the cold tiles. The translated words on my phone felt like blades stabbing into my heart. They really were planning something. Tomorrow, who was coming? What were they going to do to me? The man I thought was my only support not only knew everything, but was also part of it. He even used such a despicable method to keep me like a fool, deceived for 3 years. I looked at myself in the mirror, my face pale. This family, there was nothing left worth holding on to. When I returned to the room, Shin Xing was already asleep, his breathing steady, his face relaxed. I stood by the bed, looking at him, suddenly feeling like he was a stranger. Did this person ever truly love me? At dawn, the streets were empty. I wandered like a ghost with nowhere to go. Luckily, there was still a convenience store lit up at the corner. The sudden sound of the automatic door startled the drowsy clerk. I lowered my head and slipped into a corner, sitting down. Call the police? But what evidence did I have? Just translations and my own suspicions. No one would believe me, but I had to do something. I couldn't just sit and wait to die. Morning came quickly. I crouched behind a bush below the apartment building, my legs already numb. Just then, Shin Xing appeared. He paced back and forth downstairs, occasionally checking his phone, clearly waiting for someone. Not long after, a hunched figure slowly approached. My heart sank. It was old Lady Wong from a neighboring building, the strange woman who always talked about fate and calamity. Her cloudy eyes scanned around before stopping precisely at my window. Then she raised her bony hand and lightly patted Xing on the shoulder. It's time. My head felt like it exploded. Why did they call her here? Countless terrifying possibilities surged through my mind. The scene in front of me began to distort and spin. And then darkness swallowed my consciousness. When I opened my eyes again, the familiar ceiling light came into view. I was lying on my bed. I sat up and looked around. There was no one else in the room. The blanket was neatly tucked, and I was still wearing the same clothes from yesterday when I ran away. How did I get back? Did Xing find me? Or did old Lady Wong do something? I opened the door. The living room was empty. The kitchen was silent. The study door was slightly ajar. My heart pounded in my throat. The drawer my mother-in-law said must be locked was in that room. Holding my breath, I gently pushed the door open. My eyes immediately landed on the largest drawer in the middle. It wasn't locked. It was open. An overwhelming curiosity made me reach out. What was inside made my mind go blank in an instant. A loud bang echoed in my head, and the world lost all sound and color. Inside the drawer was an old newspaper. A serious accident occurred on a suburban highway. A woman died on the spot. Driver, Lin Shui, female, 28 years old, due to improper handling. The vehicle lost control. The front of the car crashed into a guardrail. The impact caused her to die instantly. I frantically searched further. A dark blue hardcover notebook appeared. On the cover was Xing's familiar handwriting. Was this his diary? May 8th. Wife, have you come back? Everyone says you're really gone. I don't believe it. May 16th. That was terrifying. Xiao almost burst into tears. I thought you were about to find out. Is it that once you discover the truth, you'll really leave me? May 18th. Mom saw it too. The whole family knows now. They're terrible at acting. But thank God, I'm lucky that you've always been a bit carefree. You didn't notice anything at all. May 23rd. We want to see old Lady Wong. She said your attachment is too strong. Is it because you can't bear to leave this family? We can't bear to let you go either. But she said if this keeps going, you'll only grow weaker. May 24th. Watching you at dinner. Still the same? Pretend to understand even when you don't. It's really too cute. Luckily, you don't understand. May 24th. Late night, you actually asked me to teach you the dialect. Still so cute. If only time could stay frozen like this forever. May 25th. Early morning, I'm sorry. Have you started to sense something? We've discussed it carefully. We decided that tomorrow morning, we can't delay any longer. The longer it drags on, the more it will hurt you. But I really want you to stay. Xiao Shui, please forgive us. We love you. It's just that this world can no longer keep you. Sister-in-law, I'm sorry, we don't want this. We really don't. It's time. So, they were still the people I loved the most. Resentment, fear, suspicion all vanished in that moment. Even though it's hard to say, I still want to say a proper goodbye to them. Goodbye.